What's good, everybody? It's your one and only Why Not Smooth in the building. Back at it again. About to do another reaction video. Just go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe at the end. We got the world's highest security prison, CCOT. Anybody know about prison? Prison is tough. But we're just gonna go ahead and get into this video because I want to see what it's all about.
What you see behind me is the world's strictest and largest prison. This mega prison has a
World
capacity of
strict.
40,000. Prisoners here are the most unsafe people you can even imagine. How many people's lives?
He look unsafe. All of them look. He like the
More
joke.
than 50.
How many people's lives have you ended? Is it 5 or 10? How many?
Yeah,
More than 50.
yeah, yeah,
MS-13 and many
Yeah.
other gangs. These are
yeah.
animals.
These straight
These aren't
killers,
people.
murderers,
Psychopaths, sociopaths, the kind of people
chop
we have
niggas
here.
up.
We are about to see the worst of the worst.
Welcome
Watch
to
niggas
CCOT,
dissolve
the
in
world's
acid
largest
baths and
prison by
shit.
capacity
Yeah.
in El Salvador, which was constructed to imprison the
These,
highest
yes,
profile
these.
criminals. Those who enter this prison are destined never to leave alive.
There's no way out. How you gonna come out of this?
This is
The
Del
reason
Row.
why this small country of 6 million needs the largest prison is the gangs. Once dominating the country, these gangs faced a dramatic crackdown starting in March 2022.
Dang, look at that.
Under President Nayib Bukele's administration, over 70,000 individuals, about 2% of the country's
Dang,
adult
look at that
population,
prison,
were arrested
God
within just
damn.
16 months. Buses transported thousands of chained gang members to CCOT in a tightly coordinated nighttime operation. Sitting one behind the other, heads lowered, they looked like a single mass. Surrounded by armed guards, none of them dared to resist commands. Their life has changed in a day. In this documentary, we will interview one of them,
That's
one of the most
crazy.
ruthless gang leaders, known by the nickname Psycho.
10 minutes. You only have 10 minutes.
Oh man,
Built in
he's named
2022,
Psycho.
This
Hey,
massive prison is made up of 8 separate modules spread over 410 acres of land. Each pair of modules is enclosed by 2 separate 3-meter-high walls with razor wire. The entire facility is surrounded by a towering 9-meter-high wall with a 3-meter-high electric fence carrying 15,000 volts. 19 watchtowers are ensuring nothing escapes notice. The entire design doesn't just prevent escape, it erases the very idea of it. Hello.
nah.
we
I
have
don't think it
permission from
raises
the
the
president.
idea. Somebody in there thinking about escaping.
The soldiers stopped us. We're hoping this will be the last checkpoint.
Nah.
The jammers blocked all signals within a 2-kilometer radius of CCOT, completely cutting off all communication. Over 600 soldiers work only to secure the perimeter.
We are gonna leave all of our
Dang, they
belongings
got
here
soldiers
before we enter
could-
the prison.
man,
We
so
will
they
only
gotta
carry
basically
our
shoot to
cameras
kill.
and microphones.
As soon as
That's
you
it.
leave that prison,
Pass
escape,
slowly.
shoot to kill, automatic.
Look at
There's
the camera.
no arrest,
Body
no
scan.
none of that. Shoot to
I
kill.
forgot my wedding ring on.
Well, that
That's
needs to
crazy.
be put away over there.
This high-capacity X-ray
Oh,
scanner
wedding
even
ring?
shows bones and internal organs.
So you
It's
can't
mainly
bring
used to
rings
scan
in,
newcomers,
nothing.
ensuring
Crazy.
no one tries to sneak in anything forbidden on their body before entering.
That's
The
wow, you
inmates
can't
used
even
to swallow
take
some
your
objects, or they would try to bring
drugs
them
with you. That's crazy.
vaginally or anally. Micro SD memory cards, microchips, and not only that, even phone charges.
Another thorough body search has
Microchips,
been conducted.
SD cards, man, y'all sticking everything up your ass.
They even inspected inside our socks.
Sticking
It took us
everything,
around
anything.
1 hour just to pass through security, even
That's
though
crazy.
we were
That's
invited
tough.
as media after
That's
months of
tough.
applying.
Guards are wearing masks because they're doing a risky job here. So if they get identified, it might be riskier for them to go to town centers because these gangs. have a
Yeah,
lot of
true.
connections,
Y'all
so
got
they have
leaders
to
in
keep
there.
their identity secret.
I can understand
Why
that.
don't you wear a mask?
I have to talk to them face to face, looking them in the eye.
Oh, he ain't
They already
scared.
know who I am.
We're
He
in
ain't
the
scared.
registration room.
You know,
This
I'll
area
run
is for
this bitch.
inmates
You
only.
in my
When a criminal
prison.
is captured on the street, they don't carry
Yeah, I
ID
feel
or
it,
give their
but
real
hey.
name. That's why their fingerprints
Still
and
gotta keep
photographs
your
are taken
eyes
here to enroll in the system.
and your ears up.
Once they become
and
a permanent
around.
part of CCOT,
Mm.
the inmates lose all contact with loved ones for the rest of their lives, as family visits are strictly forbidden. It's
Damn.
also important to note that a small number of innocent people were mistakenly imprisoned during the big crackdown. Because of the no-contact policy, their families have no idea where they are or if they are still alive. For some, this documentary could be their first chance to see a missing loved one. Before entering the modules where the inmates are, we visit the armory of the prison. This section is a must in case of possible riots, and these convicts are the most unsafe people
That's
on Earth.
crazy. This
The
move.
type of firearm we use is a T-65 rifle, similar to the M16 rifle.
Y luego tenemos este otro
We also have this other firearm, which is a 12-gauge shotgun.
fusil Sig Sauer.
A Sig Sauer rifle allows us to maneuver in spaces that are too
I
tight
don't
to
see
move.
no
Whenever
buckshot.
criminals
I
are
don't see no
arrested and dragged
buckshot,
to the
no
bus,
bean
various
bag,
cuffs and
none.
chains
It's
are
just
used to
all
restrict their
shell.
movements and minimize the risk of harm to officers.
Has there ever been a riot?
Intento
So far, there have been no escape attempts.
es lo
We
peor
have the
de lo
worst
peor
of the
de
worst within criminal organizations here.
The riot gear consists of a head protection, a face shield,
Man,
neck
I love to be in
protection,
that
anti-trauma
armory.
vest,
Put me
leg
in that
protectors,
coach.
shin
Put me
guards,
in.
and of course, a
That's a
shield.
beautiful
Por lo
armor.
general en las prisiones
Generally,
I
in the
yeah,
prison,
it's a
you
beautiful
see
armor.
inmates
Put me in
invent
there.
any
I
kind
take
of
all
handmade
that.
weapon, like awls or
I
knives.
take all that. Come out there playing CS:GO on everybody. Let's go.
Since
I
this
take
prison
all
is
up.
so large, we have to hop on this bus. We are entering the module area.
To keep
Rainbow
the country
Six
safe,
Siege,
1,000
yeah.
staff members work
on.
inside CCOT.
It is impossible, but let's just
That's
imagine
crazy.
that an inmate get out of the fortress. These pebbles that you see are put here intentionally because when they walk on these pebbles,
Oh,
it
it
works
makes a
like an alarm
sound.
system. It makes a noise. They cannot sneak away.
Have they tried to escape? No. Would they try? Difficult, because they would have to go through a series of security rings.
CCOT was built with its own infrastructure in an isolated area, including an electrical and sewage system to prevent external interference. In case of an electricity cut or water supply issue, the cisterns and power plants will maintain operations for up to a week.
Yeah,
I'm
true.
so excited.
Fail
We're
safe.
gonna be face to face with the most dangerous criminals in
Oh
the
boy,
world. It's pretty
hey, you
tense.
better
We are
keep your
entering
head
one of
down.
the modules now.
You
Better
are
be
seeing
respectful.
the third and fourth modules next to each other. An offender who enters one of these buildings never exits through these doors.
Damn. So it's
In a
the
few
death
steps,
sentence.
we'll be surrounded by more than 2,500 inmates. It's like stepping in the middle of controlled chaos.
Días.
So
This is
yo, it is
intense.
so
Their
fucking
eyes are all on me,
quiet.
following my every step.
Getting an eye contact with them. There are so many of them. I'm speechless.
I never
Help
seen
but
a.
feel
I never heard of a
unease.
prison
All of them
so
wear White
quiet.
shirts, shorts, and slippers. They don't have any other belongings.
Most are barely out of their early 20s and convicted of serious offenses. Even the most infamous criminals in
it
history
seemed like, yeah,
have an
he-
average
he-
of 20
yeah,
to
he like
30
he-
proven
he
victims.
like he a
But
shit
here,
starter.
some of the inmates are responsible for hundreds of
He like he
innocent
ready to
lives.
kill.
Can I ask the inmates something?
No. If you have any questions, I can answer them for you.
If they try to communicate with me now, what are you gonna do?
I'm not going to allow them. They know from them that subsequently there may be a penalty for not abiding by an instruction.
I'm curious to know which of these group leaders I'll be interviewing.
It is forbidden for us to pass this yellow line because these are one of the most dangerous human beings on earth.
Without the bars between us, everyone knows exactly what could happen. There are 32 cells in every one of the 8 modules making up
Yes,
the mega
I'm
prison.
speechless.
Each
I'm
cell
speechless.
holds
I don't
around
even know what
80
to say.
inmates. But the number can go as high as 150. Despite not being at full capacity, the inmates only have 0.5 square meters of personal space each. Prisoners do not have any ventilation rights or courtyards to walk outside their cell.
Each inmate
He-
here
man,
has
he
been given
look,
one of
man.
the longest sentences you can even imagine in your life. The only thing that doesn't change that all these inmates will never get outside. They will never see sunlight. The only people are authorized to get inside and outside are the personnel and sometimes media like us. They will never ever leave this building. If you see their look, you can see the emptiness in their soul. They don't have any hope towards future. They look very
I noticed
robotic.
that
Their
it's
life
just
is
like they
so
just ready,
monotone.
just want to
This
leave
open
so
corner is their
bad.
toilet area.
They have like 2 toilets for 80 inmates. It's literally humiliating these inmates.
Ah,
Like,
2
their whole
toilets.
confidence is disciplined here.
The same place where they use the toilet is also where they take showers. To clean themselves, they use plastic dippers in a single shared
That's
basin.
crazy.
There's no running water in the cells, so the prisoners have to rely on one blue barrel for drinking water.
Where they sleep is these metal bunks. No pillow, no mattress. Each prisoner receives just the bare essentials: a white sheet, a uniform, socks, slippers, and a towel. That's it.
The
That's
prisoners spend their
wild.
entire days on their 4-level bunk beds. They have stacked tightly, like items stored in a warehouse. As part of hygiene and order, inmates are shaved every 2 weeks by personnel. Long hair or beards aren't just unhygienic, they can also hide sharp objects.
Let's take a look. Take off your shirt and line up here.
Now they are taking their shirts off.
These inmates were once part of the MS-13 and Barrio 18 gangs, which
Oh,
controlled the
yeah,
neighborhoods of
yeah.
El Salvador. These two rival gangs spent years extorting money from locals and causing great suffering to Salvadorans.
There is Barrio 18.
They put them all
MS-13 gangs,
together.
all together in one cell.
That's right, just like that. The entire module is the same. They all live like this.
Outside,
Damn,
entering each other's
every gang
neighborhood
put 'em
means
in
being
one
torn
cell
apart.
all
Yet
together. That's
here,
crazy.
they are side by side until their last breath.
How do they live without attacking one another?
They have to learn how to live together. Here, they are in a prison. They are not on the street.
Most of the inmates have tattoos covering their entire
Dang, so they
bodies,
live by the
even
gang,
including
die
their
by the
faces,
gang in
showing
prison.
their loyalty
And they gonna
structure.
die with
For
their gang in
MS-13,
prison. That's
tattoos often
crazy.
include initial letters or the number 13.
That's wild.
Members of the other gang use symbols like 18 or 666, which add up to 18 and symbolize the devil, or they use Roman numerals. Having gang tattoos on one's face is a clear sign that they are one of the most ruthless and high-ranking members of the organization. Crossing paths with such a person on the street is the same as staring death in the face. A spiderweb tattoo represents being caught in the web of justice and serving a long prison sentence. The devil horns tattoo is a dark symbol that represents these individuals' worship of the devil. Some even claim that they carried out their actions under the devil's command. A teardrop tattoo signifies that the person has ended someone's life. The number of teardrops indicates how many lives they've taken. If there are 3 teardrops, it suggests that the tattoo's owner has taken so many lives that they've lost count. With the phrase "laugh now, cry later," these masks or clown tattoos send a clear message. Stay strong in the face of hardship now and deal with the consequences later.
Are all these people truly bad?
They're on another level. High-profile
That's
criminals who will never
crazy.
change
That
their
whole
mentality.
tattoo breakdown is
If you
wild.
look at the upside, there's a catwalk area.
Guards consistently watch over the
Live
inmates
by
from
the
this
gang,
elevated spot
you
above
die
the cells.
with the gang
If
in
anything
the
suspicious
prison.
occurs,
That's
they will
crazy.
intervene while an extensive network of cameras observes every corner 24/7, ensuring nothing goes unnoticed. The modules are kept lit all day and night for monitoring. When the sun goes down, the lights stay on all the time.
Dang, so you
They're
don't even
constantly being
know what
observed.
time
I
it
think this
is,
one of the
basically.
hardest things. When they try to sleep, they use their towels and cover their eyes to block the
So you wouldn't
light.
even know what time. You lose track of
Preacher
time.
Here is teaching some of the important lessons.
Oh,
from
you
the
got a little
Bible
light.
to
You
the
got a
inmates.
little.
They're
No,
doing
no, okay.
exercise over here.
I think you see
They're
outside,
there.
but the
This
light
is
will
the
make
only
it
time these inmates
look
get
like
out
it's
of their
outside.
cells.
These activities take place for a total of 1 hour per week, under the watch of armed guards. For the rest of the time, they are locked inside. They used to control the streets. Now, they can't even take a step with their free will.
It's a rotating schedule. There's not enough space, so they can't all go out on the same day.
Has there ever been a chaotic incident when these inmates were outside of their cells?
So far, nothing.
Whenever we focus the camera on a cell, we often catch a prisoner silently mouthing words. Even behind bars, gang members attempt to send orders to the outside. This prisoner was doing just that, but we censored him to block the message. Despite the crackdown, these groups still hold significant power outside. Rumors suggest they have plans for taking revenge by targeting innocent people. But in response, the authorities threaten to impose even harsher measures on imprisoned members.
If they do that, there won't even be one meal in prison. Uno. I swear to God, they won't eat a grain of rice. Let's see how long their homeboys last inside.
Here they get 3 meal times: breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
They trying to put
Breakfast
the
is
words
usually
out
beans
to their
and rice.
buddies, and they're
Or
like,
for
man,
lunch, they
we
get white
catch you.
rice
Ooh,
and
we
pasta.
ain't getting shit to eat.
And dinner's
That's
pretty much
wild.
the same. The only thing that changes is the drink.
No existe comida.
There's no nutritious food like chicken or meat.
Este es el almuerzo.
This is the lunch. It's rice, pasta, and 2 tortillas.
Does the menu vary from day to day?
No,
Is it the same
That's
today?
it's
it.
always the same. It's for freshmen.
Okay.
You don't get nothing.
Sugary
Oh,
drink.
so
I'm
you
going
just
to
a sugary
taste it
drink,
for myself.
bread,
Inmates must eat with their hands and clean their plates
rice,
before
and
returning
corn.
them. With a diet lacking in protein, many likely suffer from nutritional deficiencies. Before
just
starting
die.
our interview with an inmate,
Damn.
I want to show you one more place that is even more extreme than what you've seen so far.
Here we are in the isolation cell area. If inmates break a rule, they can be sent to these isolation cells according to the legislation. The law gives me the right to keep the prisoners in isolation for up to 15 days. These cells have sealed doors.
That's not bad.
Through this grid, I can see them and identify who's inside.
It's
Serve
pitch
food here.
black
We
in
also
that
use this
mug.
space to put handcuffs on them before opening the door to move them from here to their cell.
Welcome to the isolation cell. If
God
an inmate
damn,
misbehaves,
this
this is
pitch
where he ends up.
black.
He won't know the time or how much longer he'll be kept inside. For days or even weeks, he sleeps on this concrete bed without ever leaving. They are cut off from the outside world, left alone with nothing but their thoughts.
You go
This is
insane.
where they supply their
You
water.
hear your own voice,
Their
you go
water
insane.
That's in here. They take their water here, and
That's
this is where
stale
they pee.
water.
The basin for drinking water and the toilets are located side by side. The toilet looks recently used and dirty, suggesting that this cell has recently been used. The only light they have is this little hole that barely lets the sunshine in. This openness is also the sole source of fresh air.
What is the most challenging thing about isolation room, according to you?
Inside, you don't even see your hands. So when someone is isolated, it is necessary
You
for them
can't-
to have something, a book, anything, to keep their mind clear. But here, they don't have access to any of that. No matter how tough a criminal is, this kind of isolation breaks them. This is necessary for the
Yeah,
type of
I get
offenders
mad when I
that we
can't
have
see my
here.
hand in
People
the
who once
dark. I
played
know
God
that
by
pisses me
deciding
off.
who would live and who wouldn't live deserve the worst punishment. We don't show them mercy. They can ask for forgiveness, and may God forgive them. But here, justice must be served for so many victims, and it's the least they deserve.
Now we're going to interview the inmate known
Hey,
as
that
Psychic.
is what
He
it
has a
is. You do the
34-year criminal
crime, you
history
have to
and has
do
spent the
the
last
time.
25
Like,
years as a
damn.
high-ranking member of an organization.
10 minutes. You only have 10 minutes.
12 guards are barely enough to ensure the safety around this inmate.
Remove the mask.
What is your name?
My name is Marvin Ernesto Medrano Vasquez.
How old are you?
I'm 41 years old.
You don't look 41. You look younger.
Yeah,
right?
he look young.
Right.
That's a good thing that you told me because I feel old.
He probably cut his
You have
hair.
tattoos?
Just the hair.
MS-13.
When did you
Oh, he
join
an
this
MS-13
crime
member?
organization?
In 2004, but I started my criminal record since I was 11 years old.
How did
Dang.
you first become involved?
When somebody is born with just a mom and the mom is working, you look for the streets. You look for somebody to help you out.
True,
I said, well,
true.
my mom's poor, I need some shoes, I need some clothes, and I started robbing. Then I need a father figure because I didn't grow up with my father. And then I looked the group of gangs. Then I did a homicide, and I came right here to El Salvador, trying to change my life, but I seen that there were more gangs right here, and I started doing the same thing I did upstate, and I got locked up. I've always been one of them persons that wanted to accomplish the things that they put in their mind, and I accomplished everything I had to do right here. But I'm right here. This is how the devil pays the people.
Is it true that to join this crime organization, you need to end someone's life?
Yeah.
But the first one must be one of your relatives, right?
Yeah, because you got to gain territory for your gang. I lost my mom, my dad, my son, everything right here because of the gangs. When I could be with my family, hey, upstate, the United States, a better life. But
Like, kill a family member,
we took
join the gang,
wrong
that's crazy.
decisions, and this is the cause of this. That's why I tell the youth, hey, go to school, listen to your mom, listen to your dad. Don't live this life that we live right here. There's no way out.
How many people's lives have you ended? Is it 5 or 10? How many?
No, if you talk about what you used to do in the jails after, it probably get a few more than 50. You gotta do it sometimes.
How did you become cold-blooded and merciless in time?
I can't really respond you with that question.
How do you feel about not seeing your family forever since you're in Sakat?
I feel bad because I seen my son the last time when he was 5 years old, and he's 21 years old right now. I want to see him. I want to tell him, hey, don't do the same things that your dad did. look for a
But you
good
can't
life.
even do it
People who have
though.
fallen victim
He like he
because
about to
of you
cry.
will
He
never
want to
see
cry.
their loved ones again. You will also never see your family. How do you cope with emotions like missing someone?
I feel bad. Sometimes, like I tell you, I lay down on my bed and I think a lot of things, and sometimes I cry
What is your motivation to stay alive here?
to one day change my life and look for God in my life, and I tell God, hey, forgive me because I did some things.
Okay.
Finally, we see the sunlight. Honestly, Sekat is a place you would never wish to end up in, even as a visitor.
That's
but for the people who
crazy.
victimized
It's-
Salvadorans, it is now their forever home. These criminals took the innocent people's right to live, and now they're paying for it. The Salvadorian government's message is clear. Crime is no longer tolerated and the punishment is severe.
El Salvador once had the highest rate of lives lost due to widespread chaos. During its peak, 104 out of every 100,000 people lost their lives in a single year. Previous administrations agreed to a truce with these groups, but this couldn't bring lasting order. Although the current government's methods are controversial, by 2023, the number dramatically dropped to 2.4 per 100,000 people, placing El Salvador among the safest countries in the world for the first time.
So far, the results are undeniable. Peace has returned to the neighborhoods. But what about those who were wrongfully imprisoned? Is it true justice or way to control chaos? Are we seeing a lasting solution or just a temporary fix? For now, the answer remains unclear and the world continues to watch. Thank you for watching this documentary. See you in the next one.
That's crazy, yo. That's wild.